We do want to bring in now Republican Philadelphia mayoral candidate David O. Mr. O, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
So more than 50 people arrested in Philly, and this type of looting just keeps happening. As a mayoral candidate, how do you plan to stop this kind of crime?
Well, first of all, I believe this crime occurs because there has been a leniency and an excusing of this type of behavior by the current elected officials. They are deciding which laws to enforce, which ones not to enforce, to what degree they enforce it, and whom they enforce the laws against. And unfortunately, because we've had controversial issues, starting with the dismissal of a case against a former police officer, and going back in time, this is not the first time that looting, organized looting, has occurred. These criminals know that after a controversial decision or a decision that is highly unpopular, what happens is they're going to piggyback off of a peaceful protest and begin vandalizing, looting, and creating property damage. And they believe that they will be excused because of the underlying call for justice.
I mean, what goes through your heart and mind? I just want to get a gut check from you because we're looking at some of this video. It's unbelievable to see. Just first of all, wow, the number of teens that showed up that day. And look at the police officers. They are literally tackling people to the ground as this is happening. These are minors we're talking about. What's going through your mind as you're seeing this video play out in a city that you know very well?
Well, the first thing is we're sending the wrong message. So the first message we're going to send is the laws are going to be enforced. We can anticipate this type of thing happening. We have intelligence that these type of looting, vandalism, raids are being planned in different parts of our city, particularly Center City. And so the police should have been deployed ahead of time with drone support. There should be a visible show of force, and that should be a effort to quell the type of bad behavior that can lead to shooting and other types of violence. In addition, we should coordinate with public transportation so we know where these young adults and juveniles are getting on public transportation, where they're heading if necessary. We should stop those vehicles from moving, and we should be ready for what's going to happen.
Do you think that we need harsher felony sentences against looting and robbery in the country as a whole?
Well, I think the first thing is we have to send the correct message. This type of behavior, this type of crime, which is damaging in so many ways to the community, especially you're looking at some pharmaceutical prescription drug, places, the pharmacies, elderly people, single mothers, people who are ill cannot get over-the-counter medication as well as prescription. And so we have to let them know that this type of behavior will not be tolerated because it is the certainty of punishment, not the severity of punishment per se, but the certainty that they will not get away with it. And I think that is the most important thing we could do, is to change what has been bad and failed policy that encourages many young people who are not good decision makers to go out and loot and take advantage of a tragedy or an injustice and then cause further harm.
Okay. David O., Philadelphia mayoral candidate, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.